What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more fighting, back with my original segment, Ego's Weight Watchers. Now let's take a look at the upcoming UFC 202 with Conor McGregor getting another shot at Nate Diaz. Now I'm really looking forward to this fight. It was supposed to be on the UFC 200 card. Things fell through. Conor McGregor, I think he was in Iceland, did not want to do all the promo work because from what I hear, it sounds like Conor McGregor may be a bit hard on himself, a perfectionist, if you will. That's why he wanted this immediate rematch. He's not taking other fights like a Jose Aldo rematch. Those guys are fighting on the Cormier versus John Jones card. Two guys that would be Conor McGregor opponents or potential opponents, and that's Frankie Edgar and Jose Aldo. He already knocked him out in 13 seconds. But the thing that you got to admire about this rematch is Conor McGregor, either he's really smart or he just really dumb and has a lot of balls. And that's really going to be based on the outcome, because this is career suicide if he were to lose, especially if it's in a similar fashion to the first fight against Nate Diaz. So it's a very risky and dangerous fight for Conor McGregor. On top of that, since he's so obsessed with fighting Nate Diaz in a rematch immediately, no tune-up fight, no nothing else, he's doing it under the same conditions of the first one. So the reason the first fight took place, Nate Diaz is a lightweight. That's where he was campaigning. But because he had such short notice, 10-day notice, 12 days, because of RDA pulled out, Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor was drafted up contract-wise at 170. Now, since Conor McGregor lost, got submitted by Nate Diaz, he wants to fight him under those same conditions. He doesn't want to go down to lightweight and fight a guy like Nate Diaz who beat him, because then he won't feel vindicated. Like, oh, I beat a guy that we fought at a different weight and the terms were different than the first fight. So you got to at least respect that from Conor McGregor. Again, it's going to look bad if he loses in the same way. And Nate Diaz is no pushover, which is why you're getting this Ego Weight Watchers. Now, the other day, last week after training, Nate Diaz posted this picture and he looks big, he looks jacked, he looks muscular. This is the thing that people are failing to acknowledge. Yes, Conor McGregor, he didn't know he was going to fight Nate Diaz, but he had a training camp. Nate Diaz was doing triathlons but didn't know he was fighting anybody, and he took on a massive name like Conor McGregor. So you have to factor in the fact that even though Conor McGregor jumped up 2 weight classes and things like that, it was also still hard for Nate Diaz because he didn't have time to fully prepare, and he still pulled the upset. So now that he does have full time to prepare, it's a very interesting fight, because now both guys, Conor McGregor said he ate up to 170 because he had to pack on some extra pounds, but now he has the time to strategize, get with his nutritionist, get with his strength and conditioning team and everybody to come up and weight the right way. But then the same rule applies for Nate Diaz, who only had like 10 days to prepare for the first bout. So as you can see from the picture, he's big, he looks muscular, and he clearly has a big frame. So it's going to be an interesting fight. Very difficult for Conor McGregor. Nate Diaz, I got the luxury of seeing him train. I mean, he's all business. He's serious. He has, his background alone tells you that. I mean, if you guys, shout out to all my people from the Valley. As you guys know, I rep Northern California. So shout out to all my fam and people in Stockton, Manteca area. So it's just a rough area. There's a lot of gangland wars and different stuff like that. So he grew up tough. He's no pushover. And the thing is, a lot of guys aren't able to hurt Nate Diaz, especially at 170. So it'll be impressive to see if Conor McGregor can pull a rabbit out the hat or do something different than what he did in the first fight. But judging from the photos, Nate Diaz really wants to secure his legitimacy and prove that it wasn't a fluke what happened in the first fight, even though you can't say it's a fluke because he only had 10 days to prepare. So which guy would you rather be? The guy who's taking on a superstar in the UFC with only 10 days to prepare? Or you want to be, you know what I mean, the guy who had a full training camp, prepare for a different person who's naturally pretty big anyway? Like, even though Conor McGregor, he has to drop like 27 pounds and 30 pounds and stuff to fight guys like Jose Aldo, because he's clearly big. He's big mass-wise where he can make different weights. But it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. UFC has some good cards coming up. The John Jones versus Cormier 2. Very loaded card. Brock Lesnar with Mark Hunt. I did a video on that. Make sure you guys check it out. You have a title fight with Miesha Tate. You have Ronda Rousey boyfriend Travis Brown. He's fighting Cain Velasquez. I mean, it's just from top to bottom. Plus Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz in August. Let me know what you guys think. Nate Diaz clearly in shape, clearly taking this camp serious, and he gets a full camp. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section. Share the video, like the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next video, is Ego signing off.